morning everyone. Where am I today? I'm in the Park and Ride at Askham Bar, just outside York, and I've got a really exciting route for you today. It's one I haven't done for a while because it is a very, very, very easy going route, and I don't often do flat routes, but my cycle coach said I've got to do a flattish, shortish route today, so here I am. It's a good park and ride, this is. Regular buses into York city centre. And parking is free. Look, there's an old signal ahead. Clue that this used to be the old railway that we're going to go on in a minute. First we have to go underneath the roads, which is not very salubrious, but never mind. I think it may be a bit busy today because it's the school holidays. Oh, lots of tree roots. Ooh. Tree roots. More tree roots. Well, it is a properly surfaced path, but it does suffer from these tree roots pushing up the tarmac, making it a bit bumpy. We're heading to go underneath the A64, which you can probably hear. If you go left there, you can go into York. A rail path breaks a little bit as we go through Bishopthorpe. It goes through a housing estate which has been built on the site of the old railway. But apart from that, it's a railway all the way to Rickle. You can cycle all the way into Selby off-road mainly, but it's not the old rail path after Rickle. think we're coming up to Bishopthorpe. Here we go, back onto the old railway. Haven't got my Garmin with me today, not a lot of points. It's only a fairly flat ride. I'm recording it on Strava though. I'll be coming back a different way though. Show you lots of interesting stuff. Thanks. So what am I looking at today? Well, as I said, we had come off at Rickhall, and from Rickhall I'll be cycling to Cawood. And Cawood had a toll bridge over the River Ouse, but now I think it's free. It's a bridge that allows for boats to come through. I think it's a swing bridge. But more importantly at Cawood, we'll be looking at what used to be Cawood Castle. And it was extensively redeveloped and refashioned by Henry VIII's Archbishop, Thomas Wolsey, the famous Cardinal Wolsey. Was he an Archbishop and Cardinal? Anyway, I should know, shouldn't I? He used to live there. All that's left now is the gatehouse and a few outbuildings because the main castle was demolished in the Civil War. But it's significant because not only did Wolsey live there, but it was there that he was arrested because Henry VIII got a bit pissed off that Wolsey hadn't been very effective in getting a dispensation from the Pope for his divorce to Catherine of Aragon and marriage to and Berlin. So I'll tell you more about that later. What happens at Cawood Castle. We're just about to cross the river here. There's a nice marina on the right. But we'll be exploring the river also on the way back. Because up until I think it was about the 18th century, thereabouts, the river was tidal all the way into York, which wasn't ideal, caused serious flooding and such like. I mean, you still get flooding in York, it's famous for it, but some locks were put onto the river at a place called Naburn, which meant it's tidal all the way up to there and then not afterwards. And we'll be looking at the lock and the outrageously extravagant banqueting house, which was built by the trust that operated the locks in that part of the river. And in between that, we're going in search of, hang on, thank you. We'll be going in search of a Viking church door. Yeah, a Viking church door at Stillingfleet. There's probably more as well that we could explore. Like there's Naburn Hall, which is a stately home that dates back to the 12th century. Oh, we might even pop over and see the Archbishop's palace at Bishopthorpe. That's the Archbishop of York. Back in Wolsey's time, the Archbishop of York also has a residence at Cawood Castle, which is one of the reasons why Wolsey was there on that fateful day. And here's a fun fact. During the years when Oliver Cromwell was in charge of the country, after the Civil War, when Charles I was executed and before the restoration of his son Charles II, archbishops and bishops, and indeed the Church of England was, well, I know the bishops were abolished. I mean, even York Minster became a Presbyterian church of prayer as opposed to a Church of England. This period is called the Commonwealth. Quite a miserable time. Not only had the country been through a horrible civil war where family and neighbour fought against family and neighbour, and you either stood for the king or you stood for Parliament. By that I mean supported the king or parliament. So after the king was executed and the royals fled to France, became the period of the Commonwealth, which was so austere that everyone really wanted the monarchy back, and Charles II came back from France. He came back from France in 1660, period known as the Restoration, and all the Church of England stuff was reinstated. The bishops and archbishops got their jobs back or were instated, and new vestments were issued, and everything went back to how it was, essentially. So that's why no one was Archbishop in the palace at Bishopthorpe during that period. I bet there's a hell of a lot of people, especially young people, who don't even know that happened, that we had a civil war long before France, long before America, long before Russia. York supported the king, unfortunately for them, but fortunately for them, there was an agreement that the stained glass in York Minster wouldn't be destroyed during the Commonwealth, and it remains to this day, with the glorious Seven Sisters windows and the rose window. And the rose window was inspired by a similar rose window at Byland Abbey that we cycled past in the Easing World Loop video below. I've just noticed I've forgotten to bring a drink with me. God. First of all, I set out from the car without my cycling helmet. I had to go back. Well, at least it's a shortish ride. And I know there's a cool box. There's several cold bottles of water waiting for me when I get back. Not as busy as I thought it would be. Set off quite early this morning. It's because the cat woke me up at silly o'clock, wanting his breakfast and walking all over me. Hello. We're coming up to the A19. That comes in there. It comes in from, if you know York, from the designer outlet. The A19 goes to Selby, and it kind of joins us at Rickle. Flies. Oh, another signal. This is the A19. And this is Wicklow. I just stopped off for a can of Pepsi in the local cafe, having not brought any drinks with me. So I'll probably be burping all the way now with all those bubbles. We're now heading towards Cawood. I hope. If you do come here, check out that cafe. It's also the village post office, but it's a really nice cafe with home-baked cakes and lots of cyclists outside, popular with cyclists. We're not too far from Selby here. This place is called Cawood. Everything's brick, of course. Cawood left, which some people might think is pronounced Cawood or something, but it isn't, it's Cawood. And then we'll be retracing our steps to go to look at the Viking church door, which features a Viking boat apparently, and a few other interesting figures. The River Ouse at Cawood is tidal. It's when it gets to Naburn locks that it stops being tidal. Sign for the bridge. Looks like it lifts up. There's obviously traffic lights on it. And as I said, there used to be a toll bridge when I was young. Cawood. I always remember it being a bit of a bottleneck when I was small and we used to come this way by car. There's probably other routes now. Oh, you go across it. We're turning left here. And here we have what's left of Cawood Castle. The gatehouse is actually a landmark trust holiday home now. But it was through that arch that Cardinal Wolsey left here for the last time after he'd been arrested by Henry VIII's men. Apparently he'd been dining at the time. And when he heard that the king's men had come, he thought they'd come on a social visit. And so he invited them in for refreshments. And it was in the castle, I don't know, obviously it's probably a part that's demolished now, where the king's men confessed that actually they hadn't come here on a social visit, they'd come to arrest him and take him to London, which in those days meant only one thing. But Wolsey never faced the axe. He died en route to London, and so that gateway saw the last time that he came out of Cawood Castle. this bit here is supposed to be empty now. It's only the landmark trust bit is only that bit. So there you have it. I don't know that Cardinal Wolsey is one of these people you can feel sorry for, though. He liked fine dining and he liked wealth, and he had a mistress. Don't know if he had kids. And he liked power. He'd been the son of a butcher and he rose to cardinal status. So we are heading back over the bridge and we're going to a place called Stillingfleet. That little control tower on the bridge. So here we go again, across the tidal river Ouse here. So let's find the church. Church Hill. It's a clue. I see a church on the right. And there is a hill. A rarity around here. It's 12 o'clock. Oh look, it's a Norman arch. So I think the Viking door is inside. This is a protective replacement here on the outside. remember when I went to Hilo Church and they had those beaks around the Norman Arch. Apparently it's really common in Yorkshire and no one really knows what they mean. Oh, it looks like we've got beaks around here as well. Oh yeah, we got beaks. We have beaks. And we have the carvings of faces. So we have all the beaks. I think they call them orders. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order. Norman Arch. Can we go in? Oh. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be able to go in. Unless there's another door. Let's try around the other side. I really want to see this Viking door. Let's try here. Oh, we can, it's open, I'm so excited. Come on, bicycle. It's so dark. Please put the lights, turn the lights off when you leave. Wow. What we're here to see is this is quite amazing. You've got a Viking boat and look at those hinges. And there's curious little figures. Some say they're Adam and Eve. There's a little woman with little boobs. And various other strange bits and pieces. What have we got here? We've got a knight. A knight. We've got an Elizabethan tomb. The most interesting artifacts in here is this Viking door, which is quite beautiful. Imagine when it was new, how it looks when it was all polished. Ooh. Oh, it's on the book. I mean, that's a mini Norman arch, isn't it? Look at that. Sort of looks a bit like a key in the wall. I think there's two locks at Naburn, one built earlier than the other. But they stop the ooze from being tidal into York. There's also a stately home along here. I think it's called Morby Hall or something. It's those people in the church, the monuments, they lived there. Now this banqueting house, which apparently it's now a tea room. I know it was derelict for a number of years, and there's even a photo of it standing amidst floods, because it's prone to flooding, that area. I think it was the committee of the locks, lock keepers, whatever, decided a banqueting house would be a very nice and extravagant thing to build for meetings and so on. And presumably banquets. It was built at enormous expense. Shocking expense. And I think it was the City of York Corporation at the time condemned it for being such a shocking waste of money. But first we have to find it, because I've never been before. It's before we get to the village of Naburn. Morby, that's it, Morby Grange is the stately home where those people lived that are buried in the church. And then there's a Naburn Hall further on too, another stately home. As I said on yesterday's video, I do wonder whether these cycle rides are worth it. I know I have a few loyal followers, and I really appreciate that, I really do. But they do take a lot of work. I enjoy making them, don't get me wrong. But they take up a lot of time, and if not many people are looking at them, is it worth it? Please comment below what you think, your thoughts. I really want to know. And any suggestions on how I might improve these rides and make them more palatable, more attractive to a wider audience. One thing I think I will do is chop out the boring bits, so it's not actually showing the full cycle ride. It's just showing the interesting bits, the nice bits of countryside and the interesting bits and pieces I notice as I go along. So we've got a stately home over there, hidden beyond the trees. Obviously this is the parkland. Don't know which stately home it is, whether it's the Morby one or the Naburn one. You can't see it because of the trees. A bit now, but I don't know, it's still hidden by a lot of trees. I don't think it's worth taking a photo because there's so many trees. Oh, it says here what it is. Oh, the mansion house. For sale. Welcome to the city of York. I'll say these are very much the outer outskirts of York. That's across the river, yes. We will cross the river on that railway line again, and hopefully this time we'll be able to see the marina. I think this must be the sign for Naburn Lock up here, this brown sign. As I said, I've never been. Naburn Locks. Tea. Oh, here we are. So that's the banqueting house. These sort of swing bridges. This one's swung open over there. This is one of the locks, obviously, and this is the other. You can see quite a difference in levels between the ooze there and here. So there we have the tidal ooze, and there we have the non-tidal ooze. And the banqueting house, built at enormous expense and extravagance. This is a nice place, isn't it? It's an enormous house, isn't it? The banqueting house. An interesting tea garden. Not many tables, but lots of random chairs. The village of Naburn. We can get back onto the rail path at Naburn so we can cross the river into Bishopthorpe. I think we go down here. So I seem to remember. Yeah, did it. It is the right one. So if you're in Naburn and you want to know which road to take the Village Hall lane and you'll get here. So another thing that's time consuming when you do these videos is pixeling out people's faces for privacy. As I said, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy making these videos and I enjoy chatting if you can bear to listen to me. I'm just wondering how many people are interested in them, you see. So please let me know in the comments below. When we get to Bishopthorpe, I'm going to see if we can go and look at the Archbishop's palace. I don't know how much you can see from the road. We'll go and check it out. We're coming up to the bridge across the river. It's that strange sculpture on top of someone fishing, if you can see it. Excuse me, I'm coming up behind you. Thank you. Oops. There we are, at Bishopthorpe. Chantry. What is this? Old ruined chantry. Oh wow. Looks as if the arch has been restored, the middle arch. It also has a kind of 18th century Gothic with a K look about it. I think it may be a folly. I'll check it out and let you know. Well, it is something to do with the palace, because there is the palace. Look, Strawberry Hill type Gothic with a K. I think you can go around it. Private residence, yeah. It must be the stable block. The old stable block. Look at this, it's so 18th century Gothic. That was recently restored apparently. I looked it up online, can you see the clock? And here we have the Gothic with a K entrance. Gotta take a picture of this. Gonna wind my way back now to the Park and Ride in York. I think you can get to it down here. So I'll sign off here and thank you for watching. I hope you found this ride interesting.